morning, everyone. Welcome back to the online class. So, today we are going to start the next part of the chapter, which part remained in this chapter, right? So, let's see. But before that, going to the next part of this chapter, the remain part of the chapter, we'll see the recap. So what we have seen that how author liked the shoes, and even the shoes which was made by Mr. Gessler brother was really famous. Not really famous, but yes, it was in so good quality that it lasted too long, and people like once they once they bought shoe boots from there, it lasted too long that nobody visited regularly. Nobody was visiting his shop regularly, okay, because lasted so long, and it does not need to buy a new one. And also he said that it has some special kind of essence in his boots, and it was really awesome. But once what happened, and means he went to the shop and he ordered for the Russian boots. He ordered for the Russian boots, and he said what, that he will make and he will give it by fortnight, okay. And then what happened, and then one time when he was in emergency, he went there and he said that the boots what were provided by you last time, it was not good, it got creaked. And then Mr. Gessler said, no, it does not, it just because of you. But if you are saying so, just give it to me and I'll return your money, right? And also he saw that the shoes which you have worn, it is not made by me. And sadly he said that it is not of the good quality and it does not have any self respect. So these were the things, and the author also understood the hardship and the condition of his trade. So this is all about yesterday, what we have seen, and now we'll move towards the next part of the chapter. They get it all, he said. They get it by advertisement, not by work. They take it away from us who love our boots. It goes to it uh it comes to this. Presently, I have no work. Every year it gets less, you will see. And looking at his lined face, I saw things I had never noticed before, bitter things and bitter struggle, and what a lot of grey hairs there seemed suddenly in his red beard. Now, what happened? In his red beard, some of the white hairs, the gray hairs grown, and it was really sad. Some, because he said that these boots what you have worn, it is of not good quality, but people buy them just because of the advertisement. And also they love their boots, not just because of the work, but they love because of this advertisement and all. And it also goes comes presently that he tells that I does not have any work, and every year it get less. And he was in very bad condition. His trade was in very bad condition. And the author said that when he said this, it was really hard for him to survive. It becomes to on his livelihood now. As best I could, I explained the circumstances of those ill omened boots, but his face and voice made so deep an impression that during the next few minutes I ordered many pairs. They lasted longer than ever, and I was not able to go to him for nearly 2 years. When he heard this struggle, when he heard the trouble of this Gessler brother, Mr. Gessler's, then he decided he ordered some more pairs of wood, but it lasted too long that he didn't visited his shop. He didn't visited his shop, and then he it took 2 years to get back to his shop again. It was many months before my next visit to his shop. At the time, it appeared to be his elder brother handling a piece of leather. "Well, Mr. Gessler," I said, "how are you?" He came close and peered at me. "I'm barely well, I'm pretty well," he said slowly, "but my elder brother is dead." Now, what happened? It is really like a very disgrace or something which is a very awful. He said that my brother got dead. And when the author visited there, he said that he asked to Mr. Gessler that how are you, and then how the things are going on, the work and all. And Mr. Gessler said, "Okay, everything is fine, but the only thing is that my brother got died." And I saw that it was need indeed himself, but how aged and wan, and never before I heard him mention his brother. Much shocked, I murmured, "Oh, I'm so sorry." Now, the author said that there was no time that he shared his brother presence to anyone, but when he's died, he shared that, and it was really bad, very awful. And I said that I'm so sorry. "Yes," he answered. "He was a good man. He made a good boot. But he's dead." And he touched the top of his head, where the hair had suddenly gone as thin as it had been on that of his poor brother, to indicate, I suppose, the cause of his death. "Do you want any boots?" And he held up the leather in his hand. "It is a beautiful piece." And now the struggle begins here. He's entered into his shop, Mr. Gessler asked that, "Do you want this boot? Uh, this leather piece is really nice, please." Maybe he was indicating that please buy any boots, otherwise what will happen, nobody will buy the boots, and it will become he will be like he will not earn anything, and it can come on his health too, and maybe something bad will happen with Mr. Gessler too. And this was the reason he was indicating that please buy the shoes from this shop. I ordered several pairs. It was very long before they came, but they were better than ever. One simply could not wear them out, and soon after that I went abroad. It was over a year before I was again in London, and the first shop I went to was my old friend's. I had left a man of 60. I came back to one on 75, pinched and worn, who genuinely this time did not at first know me. Now what happened? He turned like many 60 years coming, and when he came back, he was just 75, and it was really like he was so old. And at first he didn't recognize me, but at last maybe he recognized me. And when he entered to the shop after coming back to the from abroad, he went to the shop directly to Mr. Gessler. And there when Mr. Gessler saw him, he asked, "Do you want any boots?" He said, "I can make them quickly. It is a like slack time." He was ready to do the work for earn his livelihood, right? And when he entered, he said that, "I will make the boots quickly, please give me the order." He was indicating that because he was in so much trouble, maybe he was facing some problem. As we have starting at the beginning, we saw the struggle started, that he was in a very bad condition of his trade, and now he wanted anyone to buy the shoe so that he can earn his livelihood. I answered, "Please, please, I want boots all around, and every kind of boots I want." I had given. So wait a minute. I had given those boots up when one evening they came. One by one, I tried them on in shape and fit, in finish and quality of leather. They were the best he had ever made. I flew downstairs, wrote a check, and posted it at once with my own hand. And now what happened? Now I gave the order for the shoes, and now I wanted to be like, means I wanted them all, and I gave the check for that also. I gave the check and posted it at once with my own hands. A week later, passing the little street, I thought I would go in and tell him how splendidly the new boots fitted. But when I came to where his shop had been, his name was gone. Now, at last, when he came back to thank Mr. Gessler because he made the very wonderful boots, and he wanted to appreciate his work. When he came back, he saw what? He saw that the signboard was not containing Gessler's brother's name. The shop name got changed. I went in very much disturbed in the shop. There was a young man with an English face. Mr. Gessler in? I said. Where is Mr. Gessler? No, sir, he said. No, we can't attend to anything with pleasure. We have taken the shop over. Now, okay, we have taken over the shop. Now, just tell me, we can't attend to anything. Please tell me, because now the shop got changed. We have taken the shop. Yes, yes, I said. But tell me about Mr. Gessler. Where is he? Oh, he answered, dead. What he answered? He answered, dead. Dead? But I only received these boots from him last Wednesday week. What happened to them? Where is he? Because I got this boot last time. Where is that? Uh, he said, poor old man starved himself. Slow starvation, the doctor called it. You see, he went to work in such a way, would keep the shop on, wouldn't have a soul touch his boots except himself. When he got on an order, it took him such a time, people won't wait. He lost everybody, and there he would sit, going on and on. I will say that for him, not a man in London made a better boot. But look at the competition. He never advertised, would have the best leather too, and do it all himself. Well, there is what could you expect with his ideas. So now the man who said that Mr. Gessler got died, he explained all the things what he felt about the Mr. Gessler. He said that the starvation, the doctor said that slow starvation was the reason he got died, and it was really bad. As we can say, the Mr. Gessler's boots were very wonderful, but now what happened? His slow starvation was so good at work, but it does not work for his health. And now what happened? His way of working was that he gave the whole soul to the work, and when he get an order, he gave all the time to the complete the order, and because of that, he just he forgot about the food and all, and slowly he lost everybody because the trade was not going in a good condition now, and because of that also it begins there only. And he said that the new shopkeeper said that last time he got an order and he was so busy in that work that he forgot about eating, and the slow starvation was the reason for his death. And he said that he made what a man he was. He made the boots in such a way, in a very good best leather, but the reason he never did competition, he never advertised anything, he was only himself. He made the things very well, and he never advertised about the leather too. And he was very well and very respectful one, because his boots were very wonderful one. But starvation? may be a bit flowery, as the saying is, but I know myself he was sitting over his boots day and night to the very last, you see. I used to watch him, never gave himself time to eat, never had a penny in the house, all went in rent and leather. How he lived so long I don't know. He regularly let his fire go out. He was a character, but he made good boots. Now he said that the new shopkeeper said starvation was the reason, but starvation how? It say because it rose in such a way that he's saying like he was telling about Mr. Gessler that it was in a very awful way, but I always saw him. I always saw that Mr. Gessler, that how he was indulged in doing his work, indulged in completing his order. He forgot about the eating things also, and his sober also not continuing in a very good condition. So what he earned, he used to give the he spent that money to give to give the rent of the shop and to buy the leather in good qualities, and all the money get invested in that only, to spend the to give the rent, and also to all the money got spent on giving the rent, and all the money gets spent over the buying the good qualities of leather, because his making style of boot was really different from anybody in London. He was the German man. He used to make, but the starvation took first his brother got died, and then later on he got died. Okay, so this was the perfect example of dedication, that how it works. But sometimes beyond this dedication, how you have to work and to earn your livelihood, because if you will not earn any money nowadays, the students are not interested in studies. Think about it, if you will not study anything, you won't be able to work anywhere. You won't be able to work anywhere unless you will not understand the perfect word meaning. Okay, yeah, for understanding things you need to study at least up to the basic things you have to study. Okay, and basic things continues last long, so please grasp all the basic things, and later on you can do whatever you want. But when you are studying things, please go on, study everything, because your study things, your learning things will remain very last long, and it will help you to earn money, so that you can also earn your livelihood. Okay, otherwise you will become like Gessler, and once you will what you will earn, you will spend all the money in your rent also, and won't be able to earn your livelihood, and at last ultimately what will happen? Ultimately the same thing will happen. Okay, so be aware with that, and please study everything, show your dedication towards it, and later on you can just your studying things will help you to earn your livelihood. Okay, so this is all about the chapter. Hope you have understood the chapter, and now it's your work to complete the chapter and write the summary over this, because as you know, after completing the chapter I'm going to ask the summary. So be ready for that, and get ready for the summary and prepare the summary. Okay, so have a nice day to all, and bye everyone.